So before we get going, I want to talk about transition services and what that really means. First off, transition services is mandated by IDEA um, to assist our students who have IEPs that are going from secondary ed to post secondary. So what does that mean? Well, that means essentially when students go from being in school, high school, to an adult. When students graduate at 18, or if they age out of the program at 21, the services that have been provided to them for them thus far essentially stop. So things like physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech and language therapy, recreational therapy, modifications to curriculum, assistive technologies, all of that stuff that they have had since their IEPs began. Many of them since the age of 3, all of that stops. So for students who have these IEPs, this is a huge change for them. I'm graduating from high school for any student is large, but students with disabilities, it's even more of a shock because these supports that they've had all of their life stop. So what does that mean? Well, it means that educators need to help these students get ready for adulthood. It is not the teachers, parents, community members, it's not us telling these students what they're going to be doing. It really is saying to a student, what do you want to do as an adult? What is your goal? What is your dream? And how are we going to get you there? So some students may say, I want to go to college. That's what I want. That's great. So how do we get you from high school to college? One of the ways is visiting the school, showing the student where those supports would be for them. So where they can get extra help, who they can talk to. Are there services offered like student study groups? How do we make that happen for them? A student may want to do some kind of job. Well, if it's a job that just requires training, something that can be done is a vocational school, which would be great. So it's a hands-on learning experience for them while they're still in high school, where the supports are there to get them that knowledge, so when they do become an adult, they can find a job that is part of their interest. Some students may not be able to do that, so it may be that a student does want to work, but the problem is that they will need support while working. So what does that look like? That can be contacting agencies to help them to get a job after they turn 18 or 21, depending. One of those services that are in my area would be MDS, Monadnock Developmental Services. So they work with adults. They get adult jobs. They offer people who are there to support them at their job. Transition services, not just because it's mandated by IDEA, but it actually helps students be more successful at the end of their school years. It's very, very important. That transition can be extremely hard, and we're helping them to enter the community and be citizens of our community. So it's vital that the planning is done properly, and it is also put into their IEP, and we make all of that happen for them.